opportunity. Thank you. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happiest Wednesday to you. You are tuned in, tapped in to Transitions, Life Lessons, and Legacy with Hyacinth and Robert Henderson Jr.
Yes, president, founder of the Henderson Financial Group, the Henderson Insurance, and also Henderson Real Estate Enterprises. Yes,
How are you?
it's a lot of finding to do, huh?
It's a lot of founding. You weren't
A lot
wasting
of,
your time.
no, man, a lot of hats to wear. I don't want to name the other companies.
No, that's enough. Just,
Yeah,
just give them a little bit.
that's enough, yes. But a lot of people that are really in business, they may have 10 or 20 different companies. You think that Amazon or Walmart just have those companies?
No,
Man, they
of
got
course
over
not.
100 different companies. Can you believe that?
Different entities for
Yeah.
structuring and
Yes.
yeah, strategy. That's the
Yeah,
word. Structuring and
strategy, taxes,
Yes.
and all kind of stuff. Amazon got over 200 companies.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart has over 200 companies. Microsoft have over 200 companies, and they're just Microsoft. It's amazing. Matter of fact, a lot of the banks, like you'll see a bank like Bank of America or Chase or Wells Fargo. Do you know they have other banking entities with different names?
Absolutely.
Especially credit cards. You know those credit cards where they'll say, okay, we're going to offer you 6% or 7% on your credit card, right? Under a total different name that has nothing to do with them. You would never know that it's one of them. They're offering 30% to people. That's because they don't want to look like that.
Right.
You know?
They don't want to put all their eggs in one basket. They're like, yeah, we're good. We have a low interest card available to you for you, but under a completely different company name, entity name, they named it something else.
Yeah.
And they're still the owner.
And not only that, because they want to have a certain image to the people, but they're making money doing all other things that overcharging
well.
people. It's almost like by daytime you're this, by nighttime you're that. Do you know most companies are like that?
Yes. That's
It is-
interesting.
McDonald's, oh my God, y'all don't even know McDonald's like this happy Ronald McDonald.
Right.
Ooh, you talking about you talking about some, they don't play.
That's what they're saying about Elon Musk. A lot of that's coming out. Have you been reading that?
No.
Yeah, a lot is coming out. But I
About
mean,
what?
just you think that he's the poster child,
There's no way you could
his
be.
pretty boy image and things like that.
No.
Oh, he's an innovator and he's just all about, technology and things like that. And so now recently, because of how he's going on these rampages, they say he get on mushrooms and do tweet.
Yeah, well, he got several things going on.
Right, several interests.
But
yeah.
the thing is, what happens is he only hires the best.
Right. Well, I don't blame him.
Yeah, he hires the best, and he hires creative mind. A lot of people think that it's him, but it's not really him.
It's how you hire.
It's whoever working in the
who's
back room
around.
and who's doing, who's making things make you look good, so to speak.
And that matters.
No, it matters.
That matters a great
You
deal.
you have to have a good. It's like when you look at a movie, and most people only give the actor or the actresses credit, but the producer and the writer and the script guy and the lighting, all of them get oh my God, they really the sound.
It wouldn't be a
person,
complete movie without everybody involved.
yeah, they really make it happen, and that's how me, you, us. That's how it is in our life too, And when one time someone said, "Robert, you're a self-made millionaire," and I said, "There's no such thing as a self-made millionaire. No one makes themselves. No, I mean, in order for you to do what you do, you be involved." But you need other parts of the body, so to speak, other parts that help you to do what you do in order to make it happen,
And get to where you're going.
Yeah.
But it takes a certain mindset to be able to even be open to that, to believe that.
Well, that's truth.
Yeah.
So you're talking today. We're gonna talk about beliefs, the power of beliefs. What do you think about that?
I love it. I love beliefs. I love
Miss
go ahead,
Redhead. How you
shout
doing,
out.
Miss Redhead? Okay, hey, Jarvis. Jarvis is back with us. How you doing there, Jarvis?
Good.
Good to see you. Good to know you're listening there.
We get a lot of people listening.
We do.
A lot of people listening. They share, they listen. Not only, what I realized that during the day, some people are working, right? And especially now, a lot of people have gone back to work in the office and not just work from home. But people tell me all the time that they listen to the replay. They love that it's on Facebook. They can check it out in their own time. They listen to it 2 and 3 times.
No
Some people catch it on YouTube. Yes. And I am blown away at the amount of people who comment in conversation, not necessarily during the live, about the content that we share.
Wow. So just because we don't see them sign on, that doesn't mean they're not here.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It goes back to my saying, don't worry about if they're liking, they're looking, right?
Yeah.
And then when I thought about it, I said, I may engage in something or watch something or attend something that I don't, after it's over, write to them and say, oh my gosh, that was so great, right? Or I don't go up to them and say, thank you so much. They probably don't even know that I'm there. But that's why it's important for us to continue going forward. So today we're going to talk about the power of belief, which is one of my favorite things to explore because it deals with the mind. It deals with self.
Yes.
And I'm all about empowering self, empowering others, and encouraging others to realize that we really do have all the power that we need. It just really starts and ends with our beliefs.
Yes.
So what came to mind when you say, hey, let's talk about this? What prompted you to bring this to the show? Because I know it's an important topic that we need to talk about. But where do you want to go with this? It's so much. We can be here all day,
Yeah, because it's a topic that I think a lot of people are not aware of. They're not, a lot of conversations that we have, a lot of people don't know that, like they need permission or they don't actually have this kind of conversations, because it depends on your environment or who you're around. A lot of times people have to go to a psychiatrist, but me, myself, I do a lot of my, psychoanalyzing myself. I really do. I mean, I think that matter of fact, I know I don't talk to anybody more than I talk to myself.
Yeah.
I really do. I talk to myself, and I am the judge and the jury, and I am really to myself. I'm really like, in other words, I have the ability to really, really scrutinize myself.
It's so funny that you mentioned that because Diana and I did a Facebook Live this morning, and I said the same thing.
You did?
I said the same thing. I said, I said, forget what they're saying when they're telling you don't talk to yourself. I said, you have got to be able to talk to yourself.
Self-talk is so important.
Because if you don't talk to yourself and check yourself and, really, like you said, the judge, the jury, and the executor, if need be, of yourself, how are you going to put yourself in a position to welcome and be receptive for others to talk to you and tell you things?
Now, the thing about when you're doing self-talk, you really have to get rid of ego.
And that's deep now.
And you have to get rid of pride.
Yeah.
Because really, and you're going to have to, when you have this conversation with yourself, it's just, because first of all, most people are not aware because we're not taught that there's two of us, a higher self and a lower self. The higher self represents the supreme being. It's the closest thing to the creator. It is the creator. It is consciousness. It's true. It's love. It's peace. It's harmony. It's all of that. The lower self deals with more of the carnal side of us. The matter of fact, the lower self really caters to the five senses. Can you believe that?
Yeah, we yeah.
The lower self is a slave to the five senses. Oh, I taste that, I feel, I hear, I see, and that's why I did. And it really controls most people, and they don't know that the five senses is not you. Like people say, this is just how I am. No, that's not how you are. That's an attitude. That's an ego. That's a pride, and you're holding on to that. But that's not really you.
But that in itself is a belief that this is just how I am.
Yes, that's because if you have never been introduced to the real truth about you are separate from your body, your feelings, your emotions, your attitude,
the
all
experiences.
Of that. Yes, you really are. But most people, I guess, you need a psychiatrist. Some people need a psychiatrist. I really don't. I can self-analyze and be judge and jury and put my ego totally away and say, oh, man, I messed up. Well, especially one of my favorite things is, Robert, why are you afraid? And you have to really, pull back the layers and say, well, I'm afraid because I don't think that I'm going to get anything better. Now, why? Then the question comes up, well, why do you think that you're not going to be able to get something better?
That's right.
Because, and then you start coming up with this, which those are only beliefs.
Well, you have a choice. So when you start peeling back the layers, you have a choice to make excuses coming from the ego, right?
Yes.
The carnal self, as you said, well, because I feel like this, or you can lean into the higher self and say, why am I really afraid? Okay, like you have to keep peeling back each layer to understand, well, who told you to think like that? Where did that come from?
Yes.
Where, and so
but you have to keep asking yourself that.
Yes. But oftentimes people stop. So for those of you who are out there listening, you want to ask yourself, am I being true to myself? You know, like oftentimes, I think it's in human nature, if you haven't done a lot of the work, to blame others. To even, let's say we're running late. I remember before we started doing Facebook Live, I would go down to the radio station. I had that 6 a.m. show. Remember that?
Right,
I had
right.
6 a.m. So I was up by 4. And sometimes, you know, I would be cutting it close, and maybe there was a police officer on the highway and things like that. And I remember having that one-on-one with myself and saying, Hyacinth, you're not late because the police officer was on the highway and slowing you down. You're late because you left the house too late.
Exactly, and that's truth.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be able to. It's like a lady who really nice personality. Never met her, but we did a conference, and then she called and she says, "Okay," we was talking about how to get out of debt, how to use your money twice. You know that program that we use that people just love, and so I love it too. And she loved the program because she's MBA and she has student loans and all that. And we told her all you have to do is do this, and we showed her. And she said, "Oh my God!" But since it was backed by insurance companies, insurance company said we have to put life insurance on her. She says, "No problem. I'm healthy. I'm good." So when we took her data, she's 5'1". Her height is 5'1", and she's 190 pounds.
Okay.
So the insurance company says, "Oh, no, we're not going to insure her to do that program." And I said, "Why?" And they said, "Robert, she's 5 feet 1 inches tall, and she's 190 pounds.
Okay.
So she don't qualify.
Health
She's
risk, right.
Health risk, you know? Because all of us have, believe it or not, I don't know if you notice that all of us have the same size heart, basically. So if you're 110 pounds, your heart has to, you know, pump the blood around your whole body. If you 200 pounds, that same heart, that's a lot of stress.
Right.
You know, that it has to put. So you know, so you have to say, even though you say, I feel okay, but you're putting a lot of stress
On your heart.
On your heart and your body. So anyway, my point is, her belief is, she says, I don't know what them white people talking about. I'm in good health. I'm healthy and I'm fine. And I say, well, really, you really not. I mean, you may be, your attitude is beautiful.
Right.
But, you know, you're almost 200 pounds.
Right.
And
And you 5 feet 1.
you're 5 feet 1.
Right.
And that's, you know, that's pretty tough. So that's a belief.
Right.
And,
So let's talk about where beliefs come from, because so let's. Where do beliefs come from? Where do you think beliefs come from? What's your definition of a belief?
Okay, so first of all, I think belief comes, first of all, these 5 senses, oh my God. This 5 senses that we learned these 5 senses when we were a kid in school, right? You learn the 5 senses. But the 5 senses is like weeds. They have to really taken over. I mean, you need them, you know, just, I mean, but Stevie Wonder, you know, he got divorced and he couldn't see, so he didn't need a sight to see.
Right.
He could feel, you know what I mean? Or he can just, that was an inner sense. You follow me? But most of us are slaves to our 5 senses. So I think that beliefs comes from, first of all, I think it comes from what you see, your environment.
Okay.
You know, your environment and your perception. And I think it comes from a comfort zone. If everybody else is doing it, it must be good. So I think sight has a lot to do with it. Conforming, you know, because think about it. Soul food, our skin is black. We're considered, you know, African Americans, whatever you want to call yourself, people of color. We know that good food for us, and that's because we were born into this body, in this culture. We need some nice collard greens,
Macaroni and
cheese, maybe some kind of rice. We got to have that cornbread, smacking. I don't care how you want to do it. You know what I mean? I mean, we got to have certain, you know, we got to have certain, either some cabbage or peas and rice, whatever. But then, so we think that is the food. But if we were born Asian, we would think that the rice and the noodles and all that, that's belief and that's the best. And if we were born Jamaican, Caribbean, you know, we think the Caribbean, you know, the ackee, you know, saltfish, you know.
Right.
I mean, but those are beliefs. That doesn't necessarily make it true.
Right. Okay. So I believe beliefs they come from our conditioning, which is how we're raised, and of course the senses and things like that. Our conditioning, and oftentimes not just. I don't believe that until you've done the work, our beliefs are ours. I believe our beliefs are others, our parents.
What do you mean? Okay, when you say You say yes, yes. Our beliefs has been bestowed on us.
Right.
It's kind of like we have ears, and the guy that pulls up to the gas station while you're pumping your gas, and he has
Gonna
his
make me
music up
listen to
so
his
loud, he gonna
music.
make you
Right.
listen. You have no control.
Right.
So you're saying it just infringes our
Yeah.
parents, the religion,
Environment, teachers.
teachers.
Yes.
Christopher Columbus
Yes.
discovered America. You get
Right.
an A on that.
Right.
I thought it was George Washington, so I got an F.
Right.
So you got an A, so all of a sudden now you think you're better than me.
Right.
When all of it was a
That's
lie.
right. That's
So
right.
yeah.
So until you and then there's a level where our beliefs aren't really our beliefs. We
Yes.
say that they're our beliefs, but until you do the work required to explore, then you get to say, okay, well, let me unlearn. Let me unpack and see, is this really my belief? Do I really believe that? And so on the thing of soul food, because Juneteenth is on Saturday, right? So do we really believe that soul food, macaroni and cheese and all that good stuff is the best food for us?
Yeah, because it could really clog your organs.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
It does.
I mean,
Let's
a lot of greasy, a lot of stuff.
Come
is
on,
kinda-
because you know I got to put a couple sticks of butter in that and things
yeah,
like that.
You gotta have double cheese.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
you know,
$100 in cheese for one pan.
and you gotta have, for the cookout, man. You know, for the holiday, you gotta have, 2 or 3 or 4 different carbohydrates.
That's right.
You got to have the mashed potatoes,
That's
and you
right.
got to have
The
yams,
and
you
the macaroni.
and you got to macaroni and cheese,
That's
and you
right.
got to have the rice
And the potato salad.
and potato salad. And sometimes, man, when it's you want to put all that on your plate,
One plate.
and then you feel like, oh my God, But
I'm
anyway,
stuffed. So our beliefs, I believe, aren't really ours until we do what we're doing now. We have the conversation,
Yes.
and then we make a stand and say, so what happens? What's the sweet spot when we start to stand up for ourselves and say, you know what? I don't believe that to be true. I don't want that to be my truth.
Well, I think any time that you have that thought, that is the first signs of wisdom.
But how talk to me about that experience.
Well, when you start saying, first of all, a lot of us just don't feel good and we don't know why. In other words, a lot of us just internally, we can't explain it, but we just not feeling. And when we're not feeling good, it trickles right down to our money, our finance, our relationships. And that's because when you're like, something deep down your inner soul and spirit know that there is falsehood, it's not a lot of truth, and you're like, it's like you have a virus in you. It's like having a computer that has a virus and nothing really works really good.
It's not working at the best that it could work.
It's not supreme,
Right.
So what you want to do is like you really want to try to say, okay, I want to figure this out. I want to say, and for me, I never bought into stereotype.
No, you haven't. No.
Why do you say that?
Yeah, because you always say I feel like I'm in a picture frame and I'm looking out. And so why do I reference that when you say you never bought into stereotypes? Because you feel like when you say that, I imagine that you're saying the options are unlimited for you. Not just based on what someone else said. Like, I'm in this picture frame. I can see over here. I can see over there. I can see this from a larger view as opposed to just the view that someone is telling me to see.
Yes.
The perspective.
Now, I don't know, when I peel back the layers, I don't know if that's a gift from the creator, from the source, that I can see that. But every since Hyacinth that I can remember, when I found out that I was just my existence, I always looked at myself as being in this picture frame, looking out with these eyes and seeing the world.
Right.
And I that's how I didn't say, oh, I have to dress this certain way because of my ethnicity. I didn't feel like, I have to eat this certain way. I didn't. I mean, I just felt like, okay. I mean, because that's why I said, hey, what do stockbrokers do? And nobody in my neighborhood, I didn't get a mentor, nobody. And I said, oh, what do they do? How do they make money? What? Unlimited? Oh, okay.
But you believe that you could. You believe that you had the right to explore.
That's the thing. Thank God I wasn't born in the 1800s or the 1600s.
Right.
I mean, I know I would have been, I would have had to get out of here.
Right.
Told my Harriet Tubman, I mean, I had to have one or two things, liberty
Right.
or death.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, I got to die trying. 'Cause I ain't getting ready to sit here and just be
sit
here.
around, right?
No. I gotta try with all my might. I've always told people, I said, listen, if there was an opportunity for me to make a better life for myself, and it said I had to walk from here to downtown, if it was 100 miles, and they said you get If you walk from here to 100 miles, and guess what? You got to walk on your hands and your legs, like on the floor. And you got to walk on the highway or whatever. I say, okay, where we start?
Right.
In other words,
But
the
time I gotta
effort,
be there,
the
right.
effort or whatever. As long as you tell me what I need to do in order to get to the promised land, so, to get some sort of freedom, I'm there. I don't care who's looking at me. I don't care because I have to, like, Harry taught me,
But that takes a strong sense of belief, number one, in yourself.
Well, yes.
It takes a strong
But that's
sense
all we
of that.
have, Hyacinth.
Yeah, but we want to educate the people on. So, and I love that you shared that because it gives the listeners context as far as what belief means. It may have you doing some stuff that don't look normal, right? So walking on all fours on the highway don't appear to be normal. But if you believe that you're going to get to the promised land by doing that, you're going to do it.
Oh yeah. It's like everybody in my office. Everybody know my pet peeve is traffic. Now that has a lot to do with my belief.
Your grandchildren know that. We were going somewhere last week, and Kyla said, "Grandpa will be having a fit right now."
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I still cannot. I mean,
Right.
logically, I don't understand how people can conform. Complete strangers. I don't care what city that you're in, big city, and you got 4-lane highway, and there's no accident, and everybody just don't know each other. They don't communicate, and they just get
I
together
love
and
that.
say, "Hey, y'all, it's 5 o'clock. Let's all go 20 miles an hour." Why? Because this is what we do. My mind just doesn't conform to doing and going the same pace. And I don't, one thing about me, I don't want somebody who I don't know
To have control.
to have control of my time. So if all y'all want to go 20 miles an hour at 5 o'clock, can y'all just move out the way so I can get where I want to go? If y'all don't know each other and y'all doing it because y'all just doing it because y'all conforming, I don't understand it. So that right there spills over into everything in my life.
And I love that you shared that example. I love that you shared that because that's a great way for us to review, assess, and ask ourselves, hey, why am I acting this way? Am I just conforming? And so here's another example. I am like notorious for if I go to a store wherever I am and there's one really long line and then I see more people at the front, but everybody's still in one really long line. I don't just get in the really long line. I walk up to the other and say, hey, are you open? And they say, oh, yes, I am. Come on in. And so then I look back at everybody who's in the really long line just to kind of say, why are you standing there?
Well, I do that with traffic too.
Yeah.
I mean, in one long line like in the funeral, and there's 2 other lines completely empty. I just get out of that line and go all the way to the front. I'm like, why aren't they thinking like that?
So for our listeners, it's a great way for you all to kind of self-assess.
Yes.
Right? So we're sharing this so you can say, well, wait a minute, do I do that?
Why am I conforming?
Why am I conforming? Do I believe just because I don't know, they're in this long line, so I'm going to get in this line without asking questions. So tying this back into beliefs, when you get ready to stretch and expand and really discover your own beliefs instead of the beliefs that you've been told and sold, then you're going to have to stand alone sometimes.
Yeah, because one of the major things is like relationships. And right now, let me tell you something. There's nowhere in the world I knew that we will be living in a time right now when having a relationship with some significant other is like top priority.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm talking about it trumps everything else.
Your money, your well-being, and everything. I know. I just said that the other day.
I mean, that is like number one. I mean, I'm trying to get a man. I'm trying to get a woman, whatever. That is number one, it appears to be. And that right there, I see that has got to be like traffic. Somebody told you that. Somebody told you that you needed someone. And you got to ask yourself, why do I feel like that? And when you start really saying, why do I feel like that? And if you say, because everybody else said, the TV, the movies, whatever, then that is a form of manipulating self-belief. And it can make you sad when you're doing what others feel. Now, I'm not trying to say, you walk around with your pants on backwards or whatever. I'm not trying to say you got to be an eccentric extremist. But you got to assess the things that make you happy. And first of all, when you're doing this, how do you know if you're doing what's good or right or whatever? First of all, anything that you do, it should not hurt others. That's the one thing. You should not hurt others. It should not hurt others.
Yes.
You should not take from others. You should not try to raise yourself up and put others down. You should not take advantage of it. You go back to the golden rule.
Treat others how you want to be treated.
I ain't gonna ask you, should I? I ain't gonna ask you, do you want me to hit you in the head with a hammer?
Because I don't want to be in it.
Right. So I ain't gotta ask you nothing like that.
Right.
I ain't gotta ask you, do you want me to steal your money? Because I don't want you to steal my money. I ain't gotta ask you, can I defraud you? Because I don't want nobody to cause fraud on me. So that's the golden rule. All this in the good book and this, principles, But belief itself, Hyacinth, look how the media in America, unconsciously, without we're knowing, since we were born, the media, whether it's the newspaper, radio, or television, that media is owned by people, and they know the power of belief. They show any city in the world, they lead with black people stealing or robbing or killing each other, unless it's some sort of hurricane or plane went down or something political, whatever. Other than that, that is the backstory. My son said, Dad, why they never talk about the poor white people that's in the trailer that's shooting each other, that has so much drugs? They manufacture the drugs, they sell the drugs, they take the drugs. They would make it seem like black people, when it comes to drugs, is black people. And I said, that's because the media has made that a belief, not only for black people, but for white people, Spanish people, for everybody. It has done that. So you can't succumb to that, because a lot of us, whether it's religion, our thoughts, the way we run our lives, it's not truly ours. We have been told that. Isn't that something?
So the challenge becomes disconnect, unplug, right? So I challenge everyone who's out there listening to go 7 days without watching TV and just see how your reality shifts. 7 days without watching TV. Don't watch TV. Don't worry about what they said, and see what happens, and then take back control of your beliefs. So going back to the examples where we talked about traffic and the long line, and then making the decision to say, you know what, I see all y'all over here, but I'm going to go over here. And look, when I made the decision to go this route, it was open for me.
Yes.
There was a pathway open for me.
That's metaphoric,
Absolutely.
So when I say my pet peeve is traffic, it's not really, it's traffic, but that symbolically is a metaphor for a lot of other things in life.
Yes. So when it comes time to, because we're saying this, first of all, your whole life will change as soon as you believe that you deserve better and take the action.
Yes.
Completely. Your entire life, the relationship, the job, your bank, everything will shift as soon as you really believe that, wait a minute, I don't have to be poor.
So if somebody paying you $5 an hour, $8 an hour, the only reason why you are taking that and you're accepting that is because you believe that's what you're worth.
That's right.
And that's deep.
That's right.
Because a lot of people feel they need more money in order to survive, especially during these conditions, this inflationary period that we're in, and the cost of living. A lot of people feel that they need more money, but they feel that they can't. So they get mad with the employer. But the employer, let me tell you something. It's always been and always will be this relationship with employees. Employers pay you just enough for you not to quit, and you do just enough not to get fired. Isn't that something? Now, anything other than that, if you are excelling and being exceptional, then the employer with some sense will say, I got to pay this one a little more than I pay the other one, because the other one's just waiting to Friday. And most people think that nobody can't see them when you say, I got a good job and I do nothing. Really, when you say, I got a good job and I don't have to do anything, you're not really getting over on anybody but yourself, because you're wasting a lot of your valuable talent that you could be making more. Isn't that something?
Right. That's right.
That's amazing.
Speaking of which, your granddaughter, she started waitressing maybe a month ago now. So it's been about 30 days. And last week they gave her $1 raise.
Why you think that is?
Because exactly.
Like she running the show.
Exactly. So they see and they're like, hold on. Let me give you not 50 cents. It ain't been 6 months. It haven't been 90 days. They gave her $1
They
raise.
say this one right here could think.
Exactly.
And then they'll say you're different.
Exactly.
And different meaning that you have not succumbed to those false beliefs. You have to believe that you are more. First of all, I think all of us are more than we believe we are. You agree?
Absolutely. I think for the most part, until you start doing the work, the radical self-work and the peeling back the layers, you're just going by what you're told. Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it reminds me of a story of my electrician. He came by to do some work maybe like 3 weeks ago. And as he was doing the work, we started talking, and he told me that when he came from Jamaica, he needed to get a job. So he went and he started working. And let's say this person was paying him like $10 an hour. And so when he would go and meet other guys, they were like, he's paying you too low. So he kept going back to that employer. You're not paying me enough. You're not paying me enough. So he worked there for 2 years. He worked there for about a year. And he met a guy and he said, hey, this place over here is hiring. They'll pay you $20 an hour. Tell them that you have 2 years of experience. And he went over there and did it, and they hired him. And so it wasn't until he met someone else talking about what we believe we're worth, who told him, wait a minute, you know all this, you know how to do all this, you X, Y. No, he's paying you too low. Go over here. Till he started to believe that he was worth more. And then he went to his previous employer, who was the first employer when he came from Jamaica, and said, I got to go. I've been asking you for a year to pay me. And over here, they are paying me more, because not only do they see that I'm worth more, now I believe that I'm worth more. I believe my hourly rate is more. And so we have to ask ourselves, this is how beliefs show up all the time. Let's go back to your finances. Let's go back to your relationships. Whatever you are in now, whatever position you're in now, ask yourself one very simple question. Do you believe that this is the best that you can get? Do I believe this is it for me?
Yes.
The relationship. Do I believe this is it for me? Do I believe this is the very best that's out there available for me?
Well, you know, and if people don't want to admit it, wherever you are in life, financially, you know, not only financially, but just where you are, relationships, the only way you got there is because of your belief system.
That's right.
Wherever you
belong.
are,
That's right.
you know, if you in prison right now, it's something that you believe. You believe that you could rob that bank and get away with it.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
If you on crack, you only there because you was chasing a high and you thought that you could go into another zone
And can't come back. Yeah.
yeah, and hide out there, and that's right. That's what you believe, and that's why. If you're drunk, you know, there's something that you believe about that's keeping you there. And let me tell you something. The scripture says, the ancient book says that no outside person can unlock or open the windows
Inside of you. Yeah.
for
You. Yeah.
the creator, the comforter, to come in and help you.
But
No
you.
one can do it but you. That's why when you're sick and tired, somebody can talk to you until you're blue in your face. That's why I don't try to convince people.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why I don't try to convince people, like, listen, I need you to save your money.
Right.
I need you to start being a better you. I need you not to just spend all your money and buy all these trinkle stuff, things that fade away. I need you to start loving yourself. I don't try to convince somebody like that, because I'm not a psychiatrist. But when a person have come to the realization and said, listen, I'm sick and tired, I want better. Those are the people that we want as clients. Those are the people we say, listen, this is new to me. I know there's better. That's a sign of wisdom. And we work well with people who want more,
Absolutely.
who want better.
It's like you believe you're worth more, you can get better. Oh, we rocking and rolling.
You one of us.
Yes.
We together.
We gonna give you everything.
Man, you my sister, brother,
Yes,
everything. Oh, yes, you want more. You want more. And, you know, that's how the universe says, okay? When you start saying, listen, I want more, I want better, I know there's something out there. Remind me of the movie The Matrix. You know, some people say they want to take the red pill or the blue pill. Some people want to still be ignorant because they feel like ignorance is bliss. But it really isn't. Because you really, really can't have peace. I was talking to a gentleman. He was telling me about how much money he could make doing some ill-gotten gain stuff, how much money he could make. And he's telling his friends and all them how they just having a good time, balling out. They on South Beach. They traveling, you know. They you know, buying, you know,
It's
watches
ridiculous.
and all that, right? And I told him, I said, listen, Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The source, the creator of the heavens and the earth,
Yep.
is so good until no material, nothing can quench your thirst. Everybody who has made things and stuff their God, their goal, this is what they want. Their thirst will never be quenched.
That's right.
They're gonna always need more
That's right.
and more. It's like drinking dirt. You know, you're drinking it, but you're still thirsty for more. You want more women. You want more. It just never. And what happens when you in a state of you just need that and you just thirsty, but you can't. You know, you can't quench your thirst. There's a sadness come. There is no amount of money that can stand next to peace
At all.
Look at dictators. They robbing and steal. Politicians, they don't have no peace. Come on, you lying and conniving. So don't ever be envious of someone who is believing in doing the wrong thing. I tell you, there's nothing that can stand your conscience and the truth. That's where the treasure is. You believe it?
Yeah, I believe it, and it's that's a jewel that you just gave our audience. Like, you just literally have to measure it up. Is this the right thing to do?
Yes.
Not is somebody gonna see me? Am I gonna get caught? Can I get away? Is this the right thing to do?
Yeah.
Right? Is it really, like I always like to say, if my grandmother saw me doing this, would it be okay?
Yeah.
If my grandma knew I was stealing these people money, what would she say? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That type of thing. And it's like, hold on. I know it may sound good and it may look good, but nah, I gotta back out. I have to back out.
And another way to look at it is like you're saving, you're in a plan. You came to Henderson Financial Group. You're trying to get your financial house in order because you know that having no money in America is a modern day slave. They discriminate against you in every way. Okay, you get the less of everything, and you're free. It's not the 1800s. You're free, so therefore, and you can think you should be trying to get all you can do to help you, your family, and your community and yourself to be better, right? So all of a sudden, you got your plan, and your girlfriend or your boyfriend get this new Range Rover, and it's pretty, and they telling you all that. You shouldn't be jealous. You shouldn't be envious.
right.
What you should say is, oh my God, that person has to pay $1,200 a month for that car. I'm going to enjoy riding it. Can you come pick me up?
Pick me up.
Come pick me up, man. We're going to style. But I want you to keep your $1,200 on this plan.
Right.
Because their money is going down the drain. And just a little while longer, that Range Rover going to be an old Range Rover. And wait till they hit the maintenance. You really should say, oh my God, they don't know.
Right.
I feel so bad for them. Let them clean. But at the same time, the more money they're paying every month, I want you to be saving it. Because you're going to be the turtle. The turtle always win. The story has been told. I'm telling you, all y'all is listening to us, I want you to play the turtle role. Just let them bling.
The turtle and the hare, for those of you who are unfamiliar with that fable.
Yeah.
The turtle, the tortoise and the hare. You can Google that.
That's a metaphor.
Yeah.
It is so good in terms of truth. I used it all my life. Laugh at me, talk about me. I'm studying, I got the glasses on.
We gonna see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, time is on my side.
That's your favorite phrase. Time is on my side.
Oh, time is on your side,
Yes.
boy. When you're doing the right thing, time is on your side. When you're doing the wrong thing, ooh,
It's
man,
dragging.
time is working against you because
It's
a little bit
dragging.
while they gonna catch you.
Right.
They gonna find out. You
Right.
think you're doing it now, but boy, when you're doing the wrong thing, time, ooh, every day they getting closer to you. You're like, nah, not it.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
They coming.
So do the right thing.
Yeah, and so when we think about beliefs, right? So I want, because y'all know I like to give y'all something to take with you, some homework, some actionable items, something to reflect on. Really ask yourself, in the position that you are in, is this all that I deserve? Do I believe this is as good as it gets? And if you believe that this is as good as it gets, then you get to stay there.
You know, because some people feel like generational. My mama didn't have nothing, my daddy didn't have nothing,
yeah.
everybody didn't have nothing,
Yeah.
so I ain't gonna have
Yeah.
nothing.
And then a lot of people have to see it. So here's something that I want everyone who's out there listening to ask yourself. You don't have to drop your number in the comments. I want you to ask yourself, how much money do you have set aside for yourself? And then ask yourself, if that number is $0, if that number is $1,000, do you believe that that's all you're worthy of having?
Yeah, you know, that's something that's amazing. You should say that. Last night I was having a conversation with a lady, and she has her own business, and she says, "Robert, I need to save $500,000." And listen, I said, "Okay, what do you want? I want to get it over 10 years."
Okay.
I said, "Okay, I need you at least. You're gonna have to put $3,000 away a month." She said, "How much?" I said, but you make it in your business, right? She said, yeah, but I ain't never saved $3,000 a month. I said, now, I'm not telling you to save $3,000 for somebody else, for him or her.
But for yourself.
I'm talking about for you.
Do you believe that you are worthy of saving?
Hey, she could save it, but she said she never did that.
Yeah.
So she don't know if she could do that. I said, hold on, we're not talking about for him
For you.
or her. We're talking about for you.
Because
make-
when you say she could save, you've seen the numbers.
Yes.
The numbers, it makes sense.
Yes.
So it goes back to, does she believe that she is worth at least $3,000 a month for herself?
Yeah, she says she's never saved that much, even though she has the wherewithal, her business producing
That's
that kind
right.
of money.
That's right.
She says she just never done it.
And she's not alone. She's not alone. People do it all the time, whether they're self-employed or they're gainfully employed. The money comes in and they don't believe that they are worthy of saving XYZ for themselves. And I like to say it like that. I'm stepping on toes when I say, do you believe you're worthy? Or do you believe that the vacation people are more worthy than you? Because what happens is when you buy another vacation, another pair of shoes or something like that, and you have not put anything aside for yourself, what you're saying is, the message that you're sending to yourself, your subconscious, and those who are around you is that Mr. Vacation, Macy's, AIM, whoever is more worthy of my resources than I am.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. When you start saving money, I ain't talking about just no dollar. When you start saving as much as you can possibly save for you, rather than giving it to other people to making them rich, the designers and all that. When you start saying, no, the rabbit got the gun now. You know what I mean by when they say the rabbit got the gun?
The tables have turned.
The tables have turned.
That's right.
The rabbit has the
I'm
gun
in
now.
charge now.
That's right.
That's
Can
right.
you imagine that?
Yeah. Oh,
the
goodness.
hunter's hunting,
Yeah,
now the
right.
rabbit got the gun.
They're
now.
like, hold up.
Oh, hold on. How did you get the
Yeah,
gun?
right.
You know, man, when you take control and you believe, and think about it. You are the king and queen that first get the money. It's up to you because you're free
That's right. What you do with
to
it.
do with your money. Now, who told you that you can't put a certain amount away for yourself? That's a belief, and you have been told not to do that. Some people feel like I got to go spend. I got to go to the mall. You giving them people your goods.
I had a conversation with one of my coaching clients, and we had a call. What's today? Wednesday? So maybe it was Friday of last week. And when we first started working together last year, she had to have parties. Everybody with this party, we having this party for this person. I got to buy. I'm looking at her kind of like, what do you keep? What is all this stuff you buying from Amazon? What is all of this? So, we have celebrations and we have parties. Do you know that she said to me, she says, because she's been saving more of her money, paying off her student loans. She said to me, she said, oh, I stopped all that party stuff. And she said she also stopped saving people. They'll have conversation with her, and she used to volunteer her money to them, and she stopped that. And she says now, once she sees the money stacking up in her account, now she's like, oh, okay, I can use that for something else. So it reminds me when you say the rabbit has the gun. Once you start saving for yourself and putting some aside, you're gonna look and be like, hold up, I don't need to have a party. And now she says she not into parties. When I said, oh, you acting like me. Now when I see people spending all this money on parties and baby showers, nothing wrong with it. But broke people love to party, and they not just partying, they having all the decor.
Yeah.
They spending thousands of dollars in
Why
decor
do you think that is?
for show.
But for sure, so it's like a falsehood.
For sure, because they believe that people are going to look at them and say, ooh, look at that. Look at all these decor. They spent $5,000 in decor. It looks good. No, the people with some money believe you are a fool.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
And I'm glad you touched on that, Hyacinth, because, that is a belief. And that's a cultural belief, is that you always got to shine, that you got to show. When you can overcome that, you have arrived. Anytime you can overcome that, you have to demonstrate. It's like when I see someone, and let's say I see, I'm watching one of the awards show, and I see someone that have just decked out in all the bling bling. The guy got all kind of diamonds on, earrings on. They got all of this, just bling bling. See, people see things differently. Some people can look at that person and say, "Oh man, that person got it going on." When I see a person like that, I see someone who's very insecure.
Absolutely.
I see someone who's saying, "Look at me."
Yeah.
I see someone who needs to be noticed.
You need that external validation.
I see somebody that's crying inside. That's crying inside. That's what I see. I see somebody that's really crying inside for attention, like a little kid. You know how you see a little 2-year-old, 3-year-old that needs attention? Yeah. You know, you could be talking to grown people can talk, and then the 3-year-old, you're playing with them. Grown people start talking, and 3-year-olds start acting up because 3-year-old wants some attention.
That's right.
So, you know, you got older people, and, you know, you got 25-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds that they need attention. You know, a lot of people that go to church need attention.
Absolutely.
I mean, they go and spend their lives. Some people don't even want to wear the same clothes because they need some attention. That is a sad sighting. So I look at it like that. When you, if you come around me and you got a Louis Vuitton Prada this hat on, shirt on, so on that, I say, Lord, pray for this person. This person he is really hurting.
Really
hurting inside.
And I know you're not on social media, but the latest one, and it's been around for some while with the red bottoms. They turn around and they kick their foot up so you can see the bottom of the.
You're kidding me?
Oh my gosh!
That's a poor person. Poor baby.
Right. And so we're sharing this with you all. Number one, if it's you, cut it out. You know, cut it out. Do your self work. Peel back the layers.
What do you believe?
And if it's not right, and if it's not you, and you see other people do that, understand that there's some stuff that needs to be peeled back there, because that is not how you empower and inspire. We don't empower and inspire by flaunting material things. We empower and inspire by asking you to do the self-work, having conversations with you about your beliefs, the power of your beliefs, and really saying, you know what, you can do this. You can do this. Don't fall for the okie doke, because we have so many other things that we need to be doing as a community. But if you get caught up in the material things and flaunting them, and like I always say, I love luxury. I'm not asking you to live like you're poor. However, what is your focus? What is your focus? And who are you being mentored, coached, influenced by? Because people tell the tale without even opening their mouths. People tell the tale without opening their mouths. You can see who's truly confident, and let that be a lesson to you as well. And say, gosh, do I believe that I need to wear all of my money so that other people will believe that I have some money?
Because the richest billionaires, they don't even have on jewelry, do they?
No.
When you see them, they got on a T-shirt.
Yep.
I mean, they like, because that's how I feel too, Hyacinth. Do you know the more money I make, I want to wear the same jeans and a T-shirt.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's so satisfying when I see, I know that I have it.
That's right.
That is peace of mind, man. It's not like you gotta do all this for somebody else. And it's so sad when you're doing that and so many other people don't have. Is look at me, and you go in the barbershop and you pull up and you have all this, and the people around your neighborhood are piss poor.
They're poor.
That's not
empowering.
That's not empowering. You know, so that belief what they have put on to us.
And that's conditioning. So realize that flashiness and stuff, that's a belief, and that's conditioning that you right now here today get to say, I'm not buying into that anymore. Right. I'm no longer idolizing the people who are being overly flashy and things like that, and then telling me I need to get some money. Wait, hold on. Let's sit down. Let's have some conversation. Can we talk about how to get some money instead of talking about all your money? You know what I mean? So let go of that belief. Let go of that. You can make that decision right now today to say, no, I don't believe that anymore. I believe that I'm worth more. I do believe that I deserve more. I believe that I can change my life right now. And as soon as you start to believe it, you'll be surprised and amazed at how things start to open up. You'll start to meet people. Doors will start to open. You'll get phone calls. And then that's where that sweet spot, as Mr. Henderson says, when he's in traffic, he'll go all the way over to this lane and ride that lane by himself. That's when you're going to face that fork in the road.
Yes.
Where you're like, okay, well, I'm over here. Do I want to be sitting over here stuck in traffic or in a long line with them pretending? Or when these doors are opening because I asked for more, because you have not, because you asked not, right? So when you ask for more and the doors start opening and there's a way out, you're going to have to go down that road by yourself.
Yeah. And sometimes, you know, before you just get on the highway, you put in your GPS, it'll tell you a shorter, faster route. That is guidance. That's a metaphor for getting guidance.
That's right.
That is a metaphor. Get a GPS. So call up the Henderson Financial Group if you need a personal GPS for your finances, okay?
305-825.
1444. If you want a personal financial GPS so we can help you to navigate and get there quicker without slow ups, without pain, just call 305-825-1444. As a matter of fact, you can go to our website and check us out also. Yes. And the website is www.Henderson Financial Group. I'm going to say it again. Sounds so good. I'm gonna say it again. That's ready to sing a song to it,
You
right?
should.
Sam
Take a
Cooke.
career.
It's been okay. I ain't gonna
Please,
do
no,
it.
we're
I ain't gonna do
live.
Sam
We're
Cooke
live. It's
okay.
gonna be on there forever.
www.the Henderson Financial Group. Okay.
.com.
.com. Yes, and check us out. So this belief, and right now, since a lot of things are going on, especially with this diversity, I'm gonna tell you something.
What diversity?
They're saying how the country needs to be more diversified.
Oh,
We already know that. We know a lot of lies.
They still saying that?
Yeah, they still saying. But let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something, because we're out of time. I don't want y'all to hide out and say that it's wherever you are is as the result of somebody that don't look like you. I want to leave you with that. I don't want you to say that all white people are the cause of your condition. I don't want you to say that, because then you'll be conforming and you'll be playing to falsehood. That's a negative belief. Because if that was true, Hyacinth and I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you all. Black as we are, we run to other ethnic groups also. But it depends on how you handle yourself. What are your beliefs? If you keep believing in something negative, I promise you that's all you're going to get is negative. Now, are there bad people out there? Listen, there are people who you don't want to run into in all colors, every ethnic group. Trust me, Bubba over there, I don't want to go around the street with Bubba at, okay? Gomez, I don't want to go down. Ghosting, I don't want to see him again. Homer, Howie, Willie, I don't want to see him.
Are these real people?
I don't want to see them again. And they all shapes and sizes. Let me tell you something. The creator of the universe, the heaven, made people. And you got attitudes. You got different beliefs. You got different religion. I think it was last Wednesday I said, we're all are human. We all are human. But let me tell you something. Until race disconnects us, we're all human. Until religion separates us, we're all human. Until politics divide us, we're all human. Until wealth classify us, then we're not human no more.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. So change your beliefs.
So change your beliefs and stop blaming others. You have got to be the best. Let me tell you something. When you're so good at what you do, they can't ignore you. They don't care if you blue, black. We got black clients, white clients, blue, yellow, green, Asian. We got all kind of clients. That's because of our belief.
That's right.
Now, you ain't going to get everybody, but you're going to get enough.
You're going to get the ones who are meant for you.
That's right.
What just came to mind, too, also, before we go, I know we're practically out of time now. If you have not done so already, if you have over $20,000 sitting cash money in the bank, give us a call, 305-825-1444. One of the carriers that we work with for a limited time, it actually ends on Monday. So we have to have the application in on Monday. We don't want you to call Monday. We want you to call before Monday so we can get everything worked out. They're giving you a 25% bonus on your money. So what does that mean? That means now is a great time for you to look at your statement and say, I feel so good because, I've been tricked to have $100,000 in the bank. And how much interest did they pay me this month?
29 cents.
Right. 29. That's it. That's all they gave me. Yeah. And so we have a program that they're running. The bonus is usually 18%, which is still very good. But now it's 25%. It's a 25% bonus on your money. I want to say now, so you don't get surprised. There is a 10-year lockup period. However, your money, as long as you do not prematurely take the money out and aren't penalized, whatever you put in there plus that 25% bonus, your money can't go lower than that. You're never going to lose a dime. It's a fixed index account, $20,000 minimum. Got to leave it there for 10 years, and you want to be alive in 10 years, right?
And on top of that, in the next 18 months, once you open the account, any money you put in there, $100, $50, they're going to match at 25%. Yeah. That is incredible.
It's incredible.
That's unheard of.
So who is this for? So let's say you don't have money sitting in the bank. Let's say you recently left your employer.
You just retired.
You just retired, or maybe you switched employers.
Yes.
A lot of times people switch employers and they leave their money over there.
Yes.
They're like, I don't know what to do with it. It's there. Give us a call, 305-825-1444. Maybe you didn't retire yet, but you retire in 2 months. Right. Guess what? We can take the application, get it in and submit it by Monday, and you have 6 months to fund it.
6 months to put the money in.
So this is forward thinking. Mr. Henderson also always reminds us that what we do here is bring your future into your present, so that when you get to the future, you won't be talking about, I wish I had a, I wish I had, I wish I did. My money is gone now. So we're giving you that opportunity with the 25% bonus. Once again, 305-825-1444. Give us a call between today and tomorrow so we can get you set up and funded, and along your way, that's some seeds you're going to bury. Okay.
Peace.
All right, you're not doing shout outs today?
Oh, yeah, let's
nope.
do shout out.
You want to do shout outs?
Yes. Okay, we got Laverne there. How you doing?
That's
okay.
a new name. Very
Yeah,
good.
Laverne.
Thank
All
you for
right.
commenting. I'm not sure if this is your first time joining us, but thank you for commenting. Laverne says, so many need to hear this. Yes, they do. If you have not done so already, hit the share button. You can share it on your timeline. You can share it in Messenger. You can share it via text message. Don't worry about if they like it. They looking. Okay.
Yes, Vanessa Miller. You got that right. As a man thinketh, so is he in his heart. Yes. That's some good stuff. Who else? What is that? Dewan. How you doing, Dewan? Yes. Teaching for real? Yeah, this for real.
You say, y'all teaching for real. You know you got to read it in our
I got a cousin.
voice.
Oh, my goodness. I got my cousin, Bob McCray. What's up, Bob, in Houston? Okay, we love you.
Yes. And June is here. Dewan is here. Dewan says, ego and pride are hard to identify for those who lack spiritual awareness.
That's true.
That is very true. Johnny Pop Spikes Muhammad. Absolutely. Self-evaluation is divinely necessary. I love all that. I love that, Johnny. Miss Brown is here. Janice is here. Who else do we have? Jarvis is here. Miss Redhead. Thank you all so much for being here, for sticking and staying. And more importantly, thank you for the commitment to yourself to educate yourself. Because we know that, y'all might like to hear us talk a little smack and stuff like that. But above all, you're doing this for yourself and for your legacy. So we appreciate that.
Apply it to yourself.
Stay tuned this evening at 7 p.m. We're going to have the Rising Solution show with Antonio Woodbury and Tavares. And then on Saturday morning at 8 a.m., we kick off the week with the Understanding Money show. Then at 9:30, I slide in and slide out at 10:15 for the 10 o'clock for the American Cream show. And then at 10:15, you have the Understanding Money Part 2 show. If you have not done so already, be sure to like the Henderson Financial Group Facebook page. And I get this question a lot. How can I watch you all if I don't have Facebook?
Okay.
So there are some people who don't have Facebook and they want to watch us. Well, the good news is the Henderson Financial Group Facebook page is a public page. So what that means is you can go right to Google, or your friends or loved ones who don't have Facebook, they can just type in Google the Henderson Financial Group Facebook.
Yes.
And our page will come up, and they will be able to see this wealth of information and education for the low price of FREE.
Free.
All right. Until next time, stay safe and stay sane.
Peace.